Mr. K.K. Venugopal, to whom I look forward to. He's about 90. So I think I'm old at 65. So I see him and then I'm happy that I can go on for another 25 years at least. Vikas Singh, President of the Bar Association. Mr. Rai, Vice President. Rahul, the Secretary. My brother and sister judges. The Solicitor General and the other law officers. Senior advocates. Members of the Advocates on Record Association under the able guidance of Manoj, the President. My dear members of the Bar Association. I'm not only humbled, but I'm floored seeing the sort of affection that is shown by all of you. When I thought of coming to Delhi, there was a lot of opposition from my family as well as friends. They were telling me, you're doing so well here, why do you want to go to Delhi not knowing what's going to happen there? But I should tell the younger members of the bar, unless you take up a challenge, you will not succeed. And we should realize that practicing in any court, especially the Supreme Court, is a challenge by itself. Even thinking of coming and practicing here is a challenge to start with. And thereafter, to realize your dreams, you will have to really work hard. And with the sort of competition that is there in the legal profession today, you have to dream, and then you have to realize your dreams only if you work for that, and then only you will be able to succeed. When I came to this court, I thought that I've made the last journey, and this will be the place where I'll go away from. But after practicing here for a long number of years, and that too working day in and out, I had a feeling that I should call it a day around 60 or 65, go back to Hyderabad and come here once in a while, not stop working, but do something more where I can help the underprivileged people of the society. That proved to be my weakness. In 2014, when I was offered judgeship, I accepted to start with. And after spending a week in the verandas, I was thinking, how can I go away to the other side and I'll be missing these verandas of the Supreme Court. I went back to Justice Lodha and then told him, sir, I don't want to accept, I'll withdraw my acceptance. Then he said, why? Having given your acceptance, why are you taking it back? I had a reason then, because I was supporting a number of youngsters for their education. I had also taken up some projects where village has to be developed. And I was really not very comfortable with leaving the verandas as being a lawyer. But then he said, I understand, and then he said, it's all right. Again, when I was offered in 2016, I was not prepared. I was actually in a part heard, as Mr. Vikas Singh was mentioning. I was arguing before Justice Dave, appearing for the Christian Medical College. The matter was listed next day. I got a call from Justice Thakur at 9 o'clock. I didn't know that it was for this. I went to his place then. He asked me, you have to accept now. 2 years has passed. You must have made enough money in these 2 years. So don't say no. Then I told him, let me think about it. I want to speak to my daughters. I want to speak to my wife. I'll come back to you tomorrow. Then he said, no, I'm not going to give you time. Last time also you gave consent and then withdrew. Then he told me that it seems you wanted to go away from this court at the age of 60 or 65. You will never be able to go away. If you accept judgeship, at least definitely after 65, you will have to go. There's no way you can practice here after 65. I don't know, I shouldn't say it, but some weak moment I accepted. And then I told him, I thought I can go back again next day and tell him. Then he said, he called the registrar, and then he said, you have all the papers which he gave us 2 years back, and the other 3 judges who have given their consent are waiting. I can't wait. Tomorrow morning the papers have to be sent. I told him that I have some partards. Then he said, nothing, it's over. I had to give up everything, and then I really loved being a lawyer. The profession has given me everything in life, my recognition. I really loved being a lawyer. Not even a day I thought that I was in the wrong profession. Even now I keep telling my colleagues who sit with me that I miss being on the other side. When I became a judge, I was telling this in the court. I met Justice Gogoi. He was not a Chief Justice then. He told me that for you, there's not much of a difference. It's just you're walking through the other door instead of the front door. You're going to the same courtroom. After a year or year and a half, I told him that I still think like a lawyer. And he said that you continue to think like a lawyer. That will be better because you understand the lawyers better. My achievements, if at all there are any, is because of the support I got from the bar. Actually, my strength is the bar. The reason for that is, I know almost all of you. Not only knowing you, I've worked with most of you. We work together. I've appeared before most of the lawyers. So, having undergone the trials and tribulations in the profession to start with when I came here, I know exactly what are the challenges of a lawyer are. When somebody stands and argues, and sometimes they overshoot, argue something which is not necessary, or even don't stop when we ask them, we understand. At least people from the bar, not that the other judges don't understand. With their experience, they definitely understand what it is all about. But I stand in your shoes when I'm sitting there as a judge. But being a human being, even I have been harsh to lawyers. I ask your forgiveness for being impertinent, impatient sometimes. But Vikas Singh was talking about my acting capabilities. So I was into theatre when I was in college. So one of my cousins was a director. He asked me to act in a film. It was a very short role, and that there ended the matter. I didn't want to become an actor to start with. And all of you know that lawyers act in court. Judges judges also do. When there is some heat in the court, so we try to control the lawyers by bringing in truce between 2 lawyers who are at the neck of each other by acting sometimes, telling them please slow down, sometimes raising their voice, at least to drown the voices of the lawyers. So acting is a part of the profession. And sometimes I used to ask lawyers, when they're shouting at each other, are you like this outside the court? And they are not. They go to the coffee shop and have their coffee. So acting is a part of it. And about cricket. Cricket has been a passion from my childhood. And even now when I work, the TV is on. The IPL matches go on. So part of my life, and golf now for the past 10 years. I have a group of judges with whom I've been playing golf. I really enjoy the Friday evenings and Saturdays when I play golf with them. Or otherwise, I play golf with Jayan Bhushan and other lawyers. I've been doing it for a long time. I love being active, and sport also has taught me a lot of things in life. First thing is, don't sulk when you lose. And losing something is only a stepping stone to success. You have to lose to know the value of success. And I've been playing for the lawyers after I came here against the judges. Never did we win. Because you're wrong, we didn't win at all. And all the time I used to ask the lawyers, why are you not winning against the judges? Only a few times we won. But this year's match, definitely it is not fixed. And I did not plan at all. I didn't even know who was coming. All credit goes to Justice Sundaresh. I didn't even know that there were 11 judges to play cricket on that day. When we asked the judges for their consent, there were only 3 people who gave consent. I told the Chief Justice, we will postpone this match. I can't go play cricket with 3 people. So Sundaresh, me and another judge. But thereafter, the Chief Justice of India persuaded the other judges to come, and some judges came from the Madras High Court and the Kerala High Court, and as Vikas Singh was saying, they were playing like regular cricketers. And that's the nemesis of the Bar Association. Balbir Singh was definitely playing very well along with the others, but we proved to be much better. So the Bar Association, beware, from next year you have Sundaresh taking my place. So there was no fixing. So we won, and we got a cup which is much bigger than the World Cup. So it is kept in our lounge. Every day I go and see the cup, and then I'm so proud that we have won such a big cup. It will be there for the next year or two. My dear friends, I had a very smooth ride. I was very fortunate in getting breaks at the right time. Opportunity is something which is very important. I have always been saying that there are much better lawyers or people who are much more competent than me. But I've been very lucky in getting that opportunity. And the other thing is I've utilized that opportunity. I'm a man of average intelligence. I don't claim to be having a super intelligence, and then I can understand things very fast. I make it up by working that extra hours. When I came here to practice, I saw that there were brilliant lawyers. And I remember the words of Mr. P.P. Rao, late P.P. Rao, who passed away, coming from the same state. He gave me a piece of advice. He said that all individuals do not have the same intelligence, but whoever works harder, if they are definitely not having the same IQ, you'll be able to reach there. And I think it worked very well for me. I worked those extra hours. Even till yesterday night, I've been reading briefs for yesterday's court. Only today I didn't read any because I was sitting with the Chief Justice of India. And the work has become a routine now. And going away from the portals of this court, I'm not going to just stay at home. I'm going to work, whatever work that comes my way. Now that I'm retiring, I can say a few words on the retirement age, which the Attorney General has been speaking continuously about 65 being a very young age for Supreme Court judges. I'll give another dimension. Judges who come here from the high courts, the average time that they get is 4 to 5 years. They've been judges of the high court for about 15 years to almost 17 years or what. By the time they come here and they adjust to the court work here, people like Justice Khanvilkar, they were practicing here, it's much easier for them. But for judges coming from the other high courts who have not seen the Supreme Court, how it works, a judge told me that it takes about 1.5 to 2 years for them to understand how the court functions here, because it's completely different from the high courts. And by the time they get their bearings, they are looking at the retirement in another 6 months or 1 year. Even to head a bench, it takes that much time. Nobody starts heading a bench for about 2 years. So the time to really contribute to the march of law, they get a very short period. For us from the bar, this is something new, being a judge. Though we have been lawyers, we have been in this court, we know most of the branches of law, we have dealt with them. It's much more easier for us because we know all of you, but judging is a completely different art. At least to get used to that art, it takes at least 3-4 years' time, or at least 3 years' time. And when we are fully prepared, the time has come to go. So my suggestion is that judges who are coming to the Supreme Court should have a minimum of 7-8 years, if not 10 years. Whether you increase the age or not, only then you will get the best out of the person who's working here as a judge. I've been here for 6 years. But with every day, my confidence that I have control over the court and then I have control over whatever is happening in the court increases. I'm pretty comfortable now with the court, but I'm gone. This, I think, is something which needs consideration by whoever is competent to take decisions. When you choose judges, I'm not saying don't bring judges for 3-4 years, but you'll have to have that much time for a person who's coming here to get the best out of that judge. And especially in the Supreme Court, where you're deciding matters of huge importance for the country, for the citizens. And mind you, members of the bar, that you're the foot soldiers of the Constitution, and the rule of law would be in safe hands only with the bar playing a very active role. Judges by themselves cannot run the court. It's only because of a strong bar that the judges would be able to really contribute to the march of law and to ensure that the rights of citizens are protected. We are now in the highest court of the land. As and when somebody has a problem about violation of any rights, where will they go? They go to constitutional courts, and unless you raise the voice on behalf of a citizen, it's not even heard anywhere. And you have a very active bar. And the Supreme Court Bar Association has been at the forefront in respect of protection of civil rights in this country. I've been a beneficiary of the bar. I've benefited so much being a member of the Supreme Court Bar Association. And I should congratulate the Executive Committee of the Supreme Court Bar Association, headed by Mr. Vikas Singh, for the help that they rendered to the lawyers, families, lawyers who died during COVID. And I understand there are a large number of lawyers who were really seriously affected by the COVID for about 1.5-2 years. Some of them have packed and gone home. We don't know whether they have come back. But the Supreme Court Bar Association has taken care of its members very well. I'm sure that the Supreme Court Bar Association will take steps to ameliorate the well-being of all its members, to help them achieve their dreams. Lastly, I should say that it's time to say goodbye. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. You have always been very humble and spoke from the heart, and how much the bar loves you can be seen from the audience over here, sir. It is a very emotional moment for the bar, as most of us have briefed you and appeared before you. It is high time that the government looks